Oh! Well, then let's get on with it and collect these gelatin cells.
Yeah, okay. Sam, I've gone over Suikoden 2.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about something that you have been very excited about lately, that you've been engaged with, or any topic you care to speak of.
So, just last night, I was invited over to a coworker's house, and he showed me the movie Tombstone. Have you ever seen Tombstone?
Never heard of Tombstone.
It's a Western.
Really?
And it's very cool. Came out in 1992, 93?
Oh, wow.
Very cool Western. And it just reminded me of how much I love Westerns.
Oh, I love them too. It's one of my favorite genres.
Yeah, if you like Westerns, you usually like samurai movies too. And I think you strike me as a guy who likes samurai movies.
You must really be disinterested in like Rockstar formulas to not have been excited about Red Dead Redemption.
So I'll tell you, watching that movie made me want to give Red Dead Redemption another shot, because for those who don't know, Travis let me borrow Red Dead Redemption for like a year.
Did I?
It was a while. I had your copy of it on PS3.
Oh.
And I did not really play it. I have one achievement in Red Dead Redemption because in college, my roommate played it and put a woman on a train track and got that one achievement that you get for putting a woman on a train track.
That's great. That's like a funny story, like a narrative going on in your trophy list.
I mean, I told you for Mass Effect 2, my goal is to get every trophy except for Paramore, because I think that's a funny story.
I have every trophy in South Park, A Stick of Truth, except for the one where you get when you get all of the Facebook friends. So similar. That was not on purpose though. Annoyingly.
But so I saw this movie last night,
Yeah.
Tombstone. It's about a group of cowboys in Tombstone, Arizona. And some guys settle down, and they think they're just going to be passing through, and they become the sheriffs, and they take out this gang of cowboys, and it's really cool. But I got to thinking, I really like tabletop role-playing games. So Travis will know I like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm currently playing a tabletop game that one of my buddies invented that I don't know if it has a name.
Oh.
I think it's called like Avarion or something like that, but it's not out.
Okay.
He's just playtesting it.
Is he like an experienced publisher with that? Has he done that before?
No, he's totally just messing around.
Oh,
And
okay.
in fact, many of the races in his fantasy world are like straight out of other properties. Like,
so he's just having fun.
He's having fun.
That's good.
But I got to thinking, there's so many different. There's like Arkham Horror, and there's like there's a lot of science fiction. Fantasy, or not science fiction fantasy, but science fiction role-playing games that you can be like a space explorer.
Yeah, there's Traveler, stuff like that.
Traveler. I couldn't think of one that was Western themed.
Well, we found one. When we went to the local game shop, I pulled one out that was like a bunch of cowboys and some dice.
Yeah.
And I was like, why haven't we played a Western tabletop game?
So the guy whose house I was at, he actually pulled out, and he has shared me he's like let me borrow some of the books for this, so I'm reading up on it right now. There is a very cool sounding tabletop RPG called Deadlands.
Deadlands. Okay.
Deadlands it's the Old West. There is a timeline, so like Deadlands takes place over the course of something like 40 years. So whenever you're playing, it's in these 40 years from like this alternate history, like 1886 to like 1906 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it's Western, but it has some elements of fantasy.
Okay.
And it's all like uncanny fantasy. It's not like high fantasy like elves and dragons.
Oh,
and
so
whatever.
it's like, because even Red Dead Redemption has that to an extent of like it's kind of just eerie stuff that people don't really understand because it's a different time.
So there's that stuff, and I think this is the perfect example. Apparently there's a book in real life, and I've forgotten it, but it's like where a bunch of card games the rules for a bunch of card games are listed, called like Hoggle's Book of Games or something that. And in this alternate history, Hoggle or whatever his name starts with an H, but look it up. H name game guy.
Yeah.
He in this alternate history is a wizard, and in his like book of games, if you can read it properly, he actually explains how you can use magic. And so the magic users in this Western world are called Hucksters.
Oh, wow.
And they all carry a deck of cards with them.
Okay.
And so the way it works is when you want to use magic, you the deck of cards becomes like a spectral deck in front of you, and you play poker with the devil. And if you beat the devil at in a hand of poker, you can cast a spell.
See, I like that because it almost sounds like what Pirates of the Caribbean was for pirates, but for cowboys.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, okay, this is about pirates, but the pirates are also fighting skeletons.
Yeah.
And they're like communing with like Calypso, the god of the sea, or something like it's stuff like that where it is taking kind of the legends and the stories that came out of that era and turning it into like this thing. I wish Disney would make a movie like that.
Yeah.
You know, I think they tried to with the Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah. What was that one? One where Johnny Depp was a Native American, and it was that like The Spirit?
No, The Spirit was a really bad superhero movie or comic book movie. That was he had the horse. It's famous. It's a famous old story.
And that was a reboot, the one that they did recently. It didn't go very well.
No,
though.
it was one of their big flops. Geronimo?
No, that wasn't it. Anyway, I long for a Western like that. Like a new one, I should say. Because there's plenty of old ones that are kind of cool. In fact, in Tombstone, there was a character who like kept on kind of making mention of the devil and spiritual stuff, but they never actually did anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like to confirm it. So it kind of just makes him like this eerie character.
Oh, yeah.
He was like a bad gunslinger.
Sure.
But yeah, this game, Deadlands, apparently it was kickstarted a couple years ago. It's only like 3 years old or something like that.
Oh, very cool.
And it sounds rad. There's different like archetypes that you can be like a scientist or an explorer or like a sheriff or something like that. It supports, I think, backgrounds for all kinds of characters. Like you can be like a Native American or like a Chinese immigrant or like anything. Like
very
it's
cool,
really cool.
A railroad worker.
A railroad worker, sure.
Yeah.
And the other thing I guess that my friend explained to me was you don't have to be like the game rewards you no matter how you play. So you don't necessarily like the people with magic aren't necessarily the more powerful people. Like just being a gunslinger or just being a brawler, you're plenty strong no matter which way you play. And
it's
that's
balanced,
pretty cool.
which is sounds good. That's good. And I like that it's not forcing that level of fantasy on you because that would also be disappointing, you know?
Yeah, if every story kind of ended with a deal with the devil, that'd be kind of annoying.
If the game was about that,
yeah,
it would be a little disappointing.
That's just a feature of one way to play.
That's awesome.
And that's really cool.
That sounds great. I wish I had time for stuff like that.
Yeah, I would totally run a game like that. And again, it takes place in like the alternate history U.S. So like New Orleans is just like a town. Apparently, you can do your own like solo games and make up your own stuff, but there is like just a big campaign that you can. I was reading through the rule book and it looked like they just had, hey, here's what happens in like 1806 or something like that, or like here's what happens in 1870, 72.
Oh,
if
very
you
cool.
want to, this is when some Native American curse happens and there are skeletons now. Like,
that's funny. Wow,
that sort of thing.
Well, I know that as far as video games go, there are quite a few examples of stuff like that from Japan.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's Japanese, I think they go a little bit more into fantasy than Western. It's more like a Western-informed fantasy game. So I'm thinking of like Wild Arms is like that, which is an old PS1 RPG.
It's like it's a Western shooter, right? But it's just like kind of sky's the limit.
No, there's two games. Wild Arms is like a turn-based RPG.
Oh.
There's another game where you're like, it's a shooting gallery kind of game.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting confused. I know that those two games, like Wild Arms is at least not that. I don't remember what the other one's called. I've seen Let's Plays of it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But there's stuff like that. I mean, there's also like anime, like Baccano is like that.
Yeah. Baccano is a little
more in the future. It's the
later.
Same vein. It's the same attempt at doing that kind of thing. Where it's the 20s, I guess. And that's similar to Sakura Wars. Is that too?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sakura Wars, I think, is about America in the 20s, and it's like a JRPG.
Where do I get these gelatin cells? I got one
from Dagus.
Oh man, this is hell.
You've been fighting too many the Space Invader guys.
I wish I could change
there we go.
I wish I could make it so I only got Dagus.
Ask and you shall receive. Well, don't forget, Compa got that bell.
Oh yeah, I'll use the monster call.
I wonder if that gets you specifically what you need.
Yeah, let's try it. Could be faster than this.
Yeah. It's too bad you don't have any, like, area of effect spells or anything else that would be a good idea.
I mean, even if I did, I don't want to type in the combo.
I mean, you could program it to be triangle, 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 triangle if you wanted to.
True.
Or circle, 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 circle. I mean, we could do them for each of the 4.
Could have 4 combos.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And that's something we'll do off screen.
And I'll add some funny little pictures.
How do I... treasure search? Monster call.
Monster call. What is treasure search? Maybe that's how you get some of the items in some of the dungeons.
Whoa.
And that animation is bad. See, look, it's exactly what you needed.
It's exactly what I needed. Travis, you're a genius.
But yeah,
Leave it to the best character to solve the problem. Am I right?
Okay, man. I just I like that kind of thing where I like genre being explored in ways that it's like hasn't been before.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm consistently disappointed by fantasy, because I feel like too often it just goes into that Lord of the Rings zone.
Yeah.
Where
it's quick to rely on those tropes.
Yeah, where I'll see like a trailer for The Witcher 3, and it's trying to get me excited, and it's like a phoenix, and I'm like, I've seen a phoenix. Like,
I mean, I heard The Witcher 3 was really good.
I know.
And that's actually one where they do kind of mess with the tropes a bit.
I'm sure if I bought The Witcher 3, I would enjoy it.
Like, you know, in the world of The Witcher, Witchers are like mutants.
Yeah. I think Witcher 3 does some very, very good, like, kind of self-aware, not like humor, but like kind of knowing what the player is going to do and anticipating that. And one of my favorite things I heard about from last year was how if you cheated, like there was some exploit in the game to get money.
Yeah.
They patched in a tax guy who would show up and ask you like, hey, we've heard that there have been some shady deals going on at this farm. Mm-hmm. Were you involved in that? and apparently you can like get in trouble, and he'll try and collect the tax you owe if you cheated.
That's great.
Because that wasn't like they didn't do that intentionally. Like it was a bug basically.
And it's great because they could have just like taken the glitch out.
Yeah.
But instead they played on it.
Yeah. And the really funny thing is you can just lie to him.
So he doesn't necessarily have to take your money away?
He just asks you. If you say, yes, I did that, then he'll take your money away. If he doesn't, he like gives you a certificate of honesty.
That's great.
Yeah.
I am really at a loss here.
Well, you're at 3 out of 5.
It says encounters off now, so I can't...
Oh.
Can I use
what?
The bell? Can I use the bell again?
Try.
Is it square?
Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't doing.
Do we have to leave and come back? What's the little... Is there like a timer? There's a bar going down.
It's by like running. By running, the bar goes down. Maybe Monster Call is actually the worst thing we could have done. Yeah, it's going down now.
Maybe Monster Call like sends everyone your way, and then you have to refresh the zone. But then there's also a timer for the Monster Call. So,
well, I can't use Monster Call right now.
No, but I'm saying like if you used Monster Call, it would be another timer, right? Like
and there was one.
So why have both?
You know, Travis, I just can't say. I couldn't tell you. But look, now Encounter Off is about to go away. The enemies are back. Why did they go away?
Ready for a battle?
This is agony.
Let's kill some doggoos. We're gonna finish this fight.
What I think it does, because it also made you fight a Jackie before, right?
So they just kept coming. So I'll kill this doggo, and I think 2 more are gonna come.
So I think what happens is the game assumes you're gonna fight as many people now as you would have in the time that bar goes down.
Oh.
I think it would have likely have been more, and this way you have to fight every type of enemy, and it's not just doggoos, but maybe there's a system in place that like cycles them through. I don't know.
This is very strange.
Yeah, it's so anti-good.
You mean bad?
Well, I mean, I don't want to be mean.
It's just so counter to what they want us to be doing, right? Because they want us to fight doggoos.
But I'm fighting a Jackie.
But I'm fighting a Jackie. And hey, let's be clear. I wanted Jackies before. Before Jackies were good.
But now they're big.
They're bad. They got such high... I don't know if it's they have high armor or high health or I'm not doing enough damage or what. But I feel like they take forever to kill.
Well, you know what's not going to take forever?
Huh.
Waiting until next time.
Can we get through this fight before we go next time? I just have a feeling that this is gonna take us to the end of the mission.
Okay. You think we'll fight another Dogu?
I think there's gonna be another Dogu in here.
Okay.
If you think there's gonna be another Dogu in here,
like, if you don't, comment.
Yeah. I want all the comments to say, no, there's not gonna be another Dogu.
No, just no.
Just no.
I want to see a big comment section of no.
Well,
you heard me, Tanner.
I don't want to be mean to Tanner. I feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on him.
We love Tanner. Tanner's great.
Tanner's our only fan. All right. That's all the Dogus, right? Did we get it? Did we do it? Gelatin Cell 1. Just end it. Enemies are fleeing. All right, let's flee until tomorrow.
Goodbye.
See ya.